Hi guys, it's Ray here from City Fan TV. I hope you're all doing very well. And if you're not at work or not at school or not at college or university and you've got some time off, hope you're enjoying it. And if you're working, thanks very much for keeping the country or this country or wherever you are, keeping the wheels turning. Thank you very much indeed. I'm back in England, back in the UK, back up in Manchester. I'm going to bring another video to you guys. And it's a transfer video. I've got a couple of transfer videos out at the moment. One on a kid, an Argentinian kid called Claudio Echeverri, I think. And there'll be another one. You can go and check that one out later on Finley Gorman. But this video is about this kid, Claudio Echeverri. Now, let's get a little bit of background on the kid before we get into a little bit more detail. Apparently, the name Echeverri is coming from the Basque Country in Spain. Spain and a bit of France, I think, on the border. I think, if I'm right, I've got to remember the geography. But this kid is about my size. He's just about an inch shorter than Sergio Aguero. I think he's 170 centimeters tall. He's 5'7" in all money, and he's been described as an Argentina wonderkid, the new Messi. I don't never like that comparison because Lionel Messi is the best player in the world. He's the best player I've ever seen in my lifetime. I never saw Pele play, never saw Georgie Best. So in my lifetime, with my eyes, the best person I've seen play by a country mile is Lionel Messi. So to compare him with Messi, I mean, everybody's looking for the next Messi. And I don't think that's good for the kid to have that. But he's only 17 years old, I do believe. I think he's 18 in January. Now, let's get a bit more background. He plays for River Plate. I think that's, if you know a bit about your football in South America, I think that's where Julian Alvarez came from. Okay, now this deal that I think we've just about done with him. I think he's had his medical. So I think we're just about done with this kid, or it's just about finalised, is it's rumoured to be in excess of 20 million euros. It's been agreed. Everything's been finalised. Okay. Apparently, we're in the final stages of talks, but he will be joining City, but he will stay at River Plate until the summer, at least. He's going to stay on loan with them. Now, was it Fabrizio Romano, the transfer guru? He talked about this kid, but he won't say, okay, because he probably doesn't know when he's going to come to City, because going back in a little bit in time into earlier on this month, actually, he said, okay, that he was not going to sign a new contract. His contract expires on the 31st of December, 2024. That's in a year's time. And he's not going to sign a new contract. Okay. But we don't know if he's going to join in the summer, like Julian Alvarez did, or in the winter. Now, when Julian Alvarez, I'll just talk about that deal. When Julian Alvarez came to City, the deal was he could come in the summer or in the winter after the conclusion of the Copa Libertadores or whatever competition River Plate were in. If he came in the summer, City would have to pay, I can't remember the exact number, I think it's £1.5 million or €1.5 million extra to get him a bit earlier. And I think he wants to come as well because there's World Cup about to happen and he wants to join the club and it's all exciting. So City paid the money, got him in early. So we don't know if it's going to be in the summer or at the end of his contract in end of December next year. I feel it's going to be in the summer, but there's no point joining in December. You've missed the pre-season. You've got to be joining for the pre-season if you can. Get to know the lads, get some time in the country, get a chance to learn from Pep, to shine if you can under Pep. Give yourself the best opportunity not to go out on loan the following season and give yourself, and not to go and play for the EDS. Give yourself a chance to be in that first team squad or the first team group and play and train with the first team. So I think he'll come in the summer. It's just daft to join in the winter. As I said, you missed the pre-season. The team will probably be settled. You've got no chance then, in my opinion, of making it that season. So you could end up wasting 6 months or going out on loan. It's not worth it. Anyway, a little bit about the kid. He's been nicknamed El Diablito. El Diablito means the little devil, because there's another fella called Marco Echeverri, spelt slightly differently. He was named El Diablo. He's a Bolivian footballer. The reason is they, according to Wikipedia, they say the two of them share the same devilish dribbling pace in one-on-one situations and a powerful shot, as well as a similar last name. Now, I've seen a little bit about him. I've seen him on YouTube. Hey, that's the place to go when you want to see someone playing. But I always say this up front: you've got to be wary about looking at and watching YouTube videos and thinking that's the truth about a player. You can find so many players who you can find a 3, 4, 5, 10-minute fantastic YouTube show reel, and they might not actually be that good. You can go back and delve into City's past. You can get probably a good 3 or 4 minute show reel on Joe if you go back that far back, and he weren't that good. Lots of players over a period of time will have some cracking bits of play, and on a show reel, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see the best of them and not the worst of them. So you've got to take it with a little pinch of salt. You've got to do a little bit of research. So I watched about 8 or 10 minutes worth of video on this kid. What does he strike me? Well, he strikes me. He's definitely got a bit of pace about him. Okay, definitely got that. He's definitely got that ability to beat a man. Definitely is good on the old dribbling side of things. I've just popped open my notes. He's definitely got that about him as well. He's got a decent shot, and he does know where the onion bag is. He knows where the goal is. But also, what I liked about him, what I saw, he wasn't too greedy. He saw when people were in better positions, he wasn't just going to hang on to the ball, and he would pass the ball. And as I said, it was only 8 minutes of YouTube video, 8 or 10 minutes. But I saw that 2 or 3 times. He was passing the ball to his teammates and letting them score. So he's got a nice touch, nice, good, close control. He turns very well in tight spaces, really well in tight spaces. As I said, he looks like a good dribbler. He's got good pace. He's got neat finishes. One thing I really liked about him, and it's the same about Julian Alvarez, he works really hard. He works really hard to win that ball back. Really, really puts the effort in. And I think he's got the same. When I talked about his neat finishes, I've seen some of his goals are very, I call them Rodri-esque, where he just comes onto the ball and strokes it. He doesn't blast it. He strokes it with the side of his foot into the net, very much like Rodri did. If you look at the Champions League final, very much like that, very controlled finish. It's like passing it into the net. And as I said, he doesn't mind passing to his teammates. A bit more about him. Yeah, as I said, in that he's only made 5 senior appearances. Okay, it's not much, and that is a worry. He's only 17 years old, for God's sake. So, you wouldn't have expected him to play too many times, but he's played 5 times. But he's also apparently trained with the Argentina national team. Now, that would indicate that they think of him very, very highly indeed. He'll play, I think, as an attacking midfielder. You can put him out. I think you can put him anywhere across the front as an attacking midfielder, as a wide man. You can probably play him through the middle as well as a false 9, probably supporting Haaland. Basically exactly where Julian Alvarez plays. It's going to be interesting because when he joins in the summer, it's exactly the same as Julian Alvarez. How's that? On one hand, probably Julian Alvarez is going to be very pleased to have another Argentinian at the club, but he's a direct competition, direct threat for Julian. Julian's going to have to step up. He's going to have to up his game. Julian will have 4 years experience on him. So that's going to help, obviously, Julian Alvarez maintain his spot. But it's good from City's point of view to have competition. You need competition for places. You've seen it around the pitch where when there's no competition for places, players can drop their level. I said it with Sterling. I said it with Jack Grealish. I've said it with Kyle Walker. When there's no direct competition, some of these guys, their levels drop. When you saw Cancelo come in, Walker had to lift his game. He had to lift it. Doku's here. Grealish has to lift his game to cope with the fact that Doku is better than him. or he's showing more on the pitch than Grealish. Grealish has to up his game. So you need that competition. Look at all the centre-backs we've got with, Laporte couldn't get in. Someone of the quality of Laporte couldn't get in because we had Stones, we had Akanji, we had Ake, we had Diaz, and we were getting Vardiol. So the competition that this kid will put on other players is well worth it, because we don't know how long Bernardo Silva's staying. He's not going to go in January, but Bernardo Silva might be leaving next summer. Apparently his release clause is 50 million quid, and I can see that happen. He's been here a long time, and the love of Manchester and Manchester City and the fans and all that, it's in him. It's inside his blood now. But we'll wait and see. But if he goes, we need more cabs off the rank. We need players who've got that energy, got that skill to be able to dribble, to be able to pass, to be able to shoot, score, and have that team ethic about them. And I think this kid, Claudio Echeverri, if I get his name right, I think this kid has got it in spades. So he'll be joining. He'll be signing, and if he's not signed already, any moment now, he will be signing sometime soon. And I think he'll be with us in the summer. He'll be a fantastic addition to Manchester City. Really excited about his addition. Really looking forward to seeing him play. Guys, if you're new to the channel, it would be fantastic if you could subscribe. If you can hit that bell icon, you'll be notified as soon as new videos come out. We'll see you around, Blues.